the buff vegan witch, and in today's video we are going to do my current meal plan. I'm going to do a NPC physique show towards the end of August, so I recently hired a coach and got my meal plan together, and so I just wanted to show you guys because being vegan and finding a coach to prep for contest is such a challenge, and I think that's one of the reasons that it's taken me so long to compete, is because I couldn't find like an actual committed coach who knew what veganism was. So I'll go ahead and link him down in the description box below, his Instagram, in case you guys are curious and want to reach out. He's phenomenal. I've only been working with him for 3 weeks, but like he really knows what it is and what like it takes to get you stage lean as a vegan. And I mean, there's so much other chemistry that he goes behind with working out and diets and supplementation and just everything. So I'll link him down below in case you guys are interested. So none of this is my own personal plan. You know, I just kind of gave him like a basic rundown of what I typically would eat, and then he just kind of like, you know, scaled it up and made it more contest friendly. But I just figured that in today's video I would go ahead and show you guys. Obviously this is a plan that was designed for me and for my particular fitness goals, so I'm not telling you that this is what you should eat if you want to step on stage. Again, that's all going to depend on your personal, you know, goals and body and where you're at currently. So, you know, this is just to give a general idea, because I know getting a coach can be expensive, working out can be expensive, competing can be expensive, supplements are expensive, the whole thing is just a lot of money. So if I were to find something like this on YouTube, when I was looking even just to like, you know, kind of do a basic rundown and see where I was at, that would be awesome. So hopefully this helps some of you. But I'm going to show you today my whole entire meal plan, everything that I'm eating. I'm currently set up with 6 meals a day, and they're pretty moderately sized meals. I'd say the only time I get hungry is after my workout, because I work out in the evening, and then my last meal is 30 grams of a protein shake and a tablespoon of oil. So, which I'll show you all. But that's when I get a little hungry. But other than that, you know, it's every 3 hours I'm eating, and I have a set time schedule for everything. You know, it's competing is a whole different world. So I figured that I would just show you guys what is on my plate currently and everything I do to kind of help me, because I also work pretty much a full-time job right now as well. So just, you know, all the little things that I've put together to kind of help me do this and stay consistent with my meals and my times and everything. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you in my spooky kitchen. Okay, so here is my little list that has all my meals and then my weigh-ins with the dates for the week. I just do all the 7 days, from 7 days to 7 days. So Friday the 26th to Friday the 2nd. And see, I just scribbled out the weekdays and put my meal numbers. Meal 2 and meal 4 are the same. And then I just keep that right there on my fridge. So we will start with breakfast. I went to Trader Joe's and I just got all the ingredients. I get it all now at one store. So that's the plus of prep life, because before prep I was going to Sprouts, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, getting all my favorite things from each store. Now it's just one store and the grocery cart looks the same every time. So I usually will prep my breakfast just because I wake up super early on my work days, and it's just nice to already have it in a bowl ready to go. Then I just have to add my water, my oil, and microwave it. So I'm going to start just getting all my ingredients together. This is the protein that my coach recommends I use. It's the On Gold Standard plant protein. I have the vanilla and the vanilla chocolate, and I just keep it in this skull jar. These scoops are 24 grams, and most of my meals contain 20 grams, so I just do a little bit less. I do have a little bit of a little food scale for like measuring small amounts of food, like 20 grams of a protein scoop, which is a tiny little thing, but I'm not going to really worry about that too much yet until we get a little bit closer to show day. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting all these ingredients together, and I will show you what it looks like. And get my little skull guy. I got these at TJ Maxx last Halloween, by the way. They were like $3.99. So Yes, super cute and essential for spooky kitchens. I'm just gonna take half a cup of uncooked oats because when you cook them, they expand. So you want half a cup of uncooked. I'm just gonna put that. I work 4 days a week, so I have 4 bowls here. So I'm just gonna do one for each day of the week that I work. On my weekends, I sleep in a little bit more, so my time schedule is a little bit off, and it's just easier for me to wake up and do it on my weekends than it is on my work days. So we're gonna get this all prepared for my days of work. We're gonna go in with our nuts. He says almonds or walnuts, but I just mixed them together in there. And these are unsalted, unroasted, just plain dry nuts. And we need 1/3 of a cup of these guys. Do 1/3 in each. Okay, so next we're gonna go in with our protein. Like I said, these have 24 grams of protein per scoop, and we're only looking for 20. So I'm just gonna do a little bit less than a full scoop for each one. I know that altogether this looks and sounds maybe a little bit unappetizing, but breakfast is my favorite meal. Like, oh my gosh, I live for this oatmeal. It's delicious. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. And then I just go ahead and take my tablespoon and kind of mix all the dry ingredients together. Spoon of Udos oil. So I'll just keep that out by my oats and do 1 tablespoon of this, and then add some water, mix it all together, and throw it in the microwave for a minute, and it is done. And meal 4 because they're the same. So I'm just going to prep them together. I have 2 pans here. You can do more pans and do it all together if you want, but this is just simpler for me to keep it kind of separate. So that is going to contain these super firm organic tofus. I have a few from Sprouts that I need to use up because Sprouts also sells one, and Trader Joe's sells one. So what it is it's half of a package per meal. So meal 2 will have half the package, meal 4 will have the other half. And then also from Trader Joe's, I get these awesome brown rice packages. They're already made because I literally can't cook rice. It's just that water to rice ratio never works out for me, and it's just, we're not friends. So this is what I do. I get this, I microwave it, and it's done, and it's that easy, and we love convenience and we love time savers around here. So this is perfect. Typically for these meals, breakfast is the only one that I'll only prep for the 4 days I work. My weekends, that one's easy to do, but sometimes I'll prep this for the first at least 2 days of my weekend because the last day I'm prepping for the week again. And with all my weekend plans, my appointments, the gym, you know, dates, anything else that I have going on, it's just easier for me to already have these meals done because the weekend is the time where I have my free time and I'm out running errands, so that's when it's easy to get hungry and go grab a meal. So if I already have it prepared, it's already done, we're good to go. I don't have to waste any time getting it ready, and yeah, I can just enjoy my weekend. So without getting off track, the things I use to season. These were cleared by my coach, so I can use a hot sauce. You want to make sure that it is not tomato based because any type of tomato base is going to be adding extra sugar and extra carbohydrates, which obviously you don't want in prep. Use this on like every meal. Like I have to get this every week because I use it on every meal. And then I use this vegan chickenless from Trader Joe's, also 0 calories, and this gets you quite a ways with flavor. Or garlic salt. You just want to be careful, make sure you're not over salting your food. It's going to make you, you know, retain that water, which we don't want, especially in prep. So these are the 3 things that I use to season. However, I'll usually cook it plain and I'll add my seasonings before I microwave it, before I'm about to eat it. Alright, greens. You can have 1 cup of greens, well, at least with my plan, 1 cup of greens per meal, which is every meal, so that includes breakfast if I wanted, which is sometimes nice because it helps add that volume to the meals and gives me a little bit more substance, but they just have to be dark leafy greens. So broccoli, typical bodybuilder green, And then I get this from Trader Joe's. It's just a green package with kale, chard, and spinach. Since I'm especially not eating any fruit right now, want to make sure we're getting in all the vitamins and minerals. I also take a multi, but these are just great ways to add volume and nutrients to your meals. So I'll cook these all together, and then I'll add a cup of them after they're cooked. These ones are okay to add a cup after they're cooked because they don't expand when you're cooking it, and also it's greens, so the calories are very, very minimal. So let's go ahead and get cooking. So all I do is I just add all my greens to this one pan, top it with a lid, steam it for a little bit, and I'm gonna get my tofu going on the other one. Okay, so just cut my tofu brick in half, and then we have half for meal 2, half for meal 4, and then I'll go ahead and cut these up into smaller pieces, put it on the pan, and show you what it looks like all together. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I go twice down this way. So 1, 2, and that's how many cubes. Makes quite a bit of cubes, so it feels like you're eating, you know, a little bit more. Not that it's a little bit amount of food, but you know, more is always better. Okay, so we're just going to cook them until they have kind of this golden color on them, and then flip like 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes each side. And then I did go ahead and throw another days on the stove so I can cut back on time. And then while this is going, I'm going to take my greens off and then throw my rice in the microwave. Okay, so here are my prep containers. I got these at Target. They were like $2.99, $3. And this is the size of them. And so I'll keep my food in these for the day, and then I'll just bring like a tote, like a reusable, you know, grocery tote, and carry my stuff with my 2 seasonings all day with me. So I'll keep those in the tote and all my meals for the day in the tote as well. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you. I got these from Target, and they make this much easier. They save a lot of space, and they just, yeah, they help your life. Definitely get prep containers. I just don't prep my oatmeal because I eat that at home before work, but anywhere you're going, always make sure you have prep containers. Okay, and then the rice comes in bags of 3. So I'll use probably about a bag and a half, maybe 2 bags per day. It's just literally cooked rice, and those are the instructions. So we're just gonna microwave it and throw it in the Tupperware. So the greens are done, so I'm just gonna take my measuring cup and do 1 cup into each of these Tupperwares. Okay, so the rice is also done, and those are the greens, and the tofu is just about done. So I'm gonna add the tofu in here and the rice, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. So this is what the meals look like when they're completed. And then, like I said, I'll just bring my seasoning with me and then add it before I eat it. And then right now, since my meals have been pretty consistent, I just take a Sharpie and write what meal they are, what number they are. This will probably scrub off with some bleach or whatnot if I really need them later for different ones, or I'll just buy new ones if for, you know, when my plan changes or if it changes. But for right now, it's been very consistent for the last 3 weeks, so I've just marked it with Sharpie. But you can also just take little sticky notes, mark it with those, whatever works best. Meal 5. So meal 3 is just going to be half a cup of black or pinto beans, 1 cup of greens, and 1/3 cup of brown rice. So again, we got our convenient brown rice here. And then I just get the no salt added pinto and black beans. I cook them together and then do my half a cup once they're cooked in together and add them to my Tupperwares then. And then for my greens on this one, I'm going to go with some asparagus. And then meal 5 is just 1/2 a cup of white rice. I'm supposed to eat this one right before my workout. So it's 1/2 a cup of white rice, 1 cup of greens. So again, I'm going to go with the asparagus and the rest of the broccoli that I have from meal 2 and meal 4. And then 1 scoop of protein. I have 1 scoop of protein each meal. So I know it's not the most eco-friendly, but I stick it in a plastic bag and just line them up for the week. And then I'll always have a baby shaker cup with me because we go through a lot of shakes throughout the day. So the baby shaker cup always goes in my bag because the worst thing is having to stir the protein with a spoon. It just gets clumpy. Doesn't work the same as a shaker cup. So always keep that shaker cup with me, and I keep my scoop of protein and my Ziploc baggies. Okay, next meals, here we go. First thing I'm going to do is just rinse all the bean juice that came in the cans off of the beans so that they're just nice and plain. And then I threw the asparagus on the stove. I'm just going to let this fry up, and I'm just going to use the same pans that the tofu was on and the greens were in. I'm going to throw my beans in this one, and then my rice is microwaving. And here I have my white rice cooking for my meal 5. Okay, so now I have 6 plastic baggies to put my meals in. I try to reuse them at least 2 or 3 weeks, just so I'm not wasting so much plastic. But we're just going to put a little bit less of a scoop because, again, it's 20 grams into each Ziploc bag. And then I'm going to do the same thing for meal 5. Okay, so I'm running out of space, but this is what 6 days worth of meal 3 looks like, plus our proteins. So we're going to go ahead and get these packed up and labeled and then move on to meal 5, which we already cooked our rice. Excuse the dirty kitchen. It's a mess. But we already cooked our white rice, so we're just going to assemble that with our protein. For meal 5, I use my 6-pack meal fitness containers because they are smaller, and meal 5 is smaller, so I don't need one of those giant containers, you know, for a smaller meal. Save space. So I'm gonna go ahead and assemble those. I'll show you guys what it looks like, and then I'll go ahead and tell you meal 6. I don't prep meal 6 because I'm home in time to like make it, and it's just 30 grams of a shake, so it's just a scoop of the protein plus a little bit extra for 30 grams and a cup of greens if I want it. So that one I don't really need to prep. I'm home for that. And then also a tablespoon of oil. So same as breakfast. I have a tablespoon of Udos oil in the morning, tablespoon of Udos oil in the evening. So that one's relatively easy to get done. Don't really need to prep that one. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble these, show you what it looks like, and then do the grand finale of everything. Occasionally for meal 5 is depending on if I want something sweet or savory. If I want something savory, I'll just leave the half a cup of rice and the greens and add some, you know, hot sauce or my seasoning on it and eat it that way. But if I want something sweet, I'll take the rice and I'll shake my protein with like a little bit of water and I'll add it to my rice. So it makes almost like a rice pudding type of thing. So, you know, 2 different options there for meal 5, depending on if you want a sweet or savory snack pre-workout. So both of those options have worked for me, and it's a way to get everything in still. All right, you guys, and this is the finished of meal 5. We have our cup of greens, our half a cup of white rice, and our protein shake. Huh. What do you think? Yummy? Does it smell good? Does it smell good? Okay, so this is what a full day would look like. So we'll just go over everything again real quick in case you missed it. We have our seasonings here. So for breakfast, it's our oats, protein, nuts with a cold brew and 2 stevia with 1 tablespoon of Udos oil. Meal 2 is the tofu, rice, and greens. Meal 3 is the greens, beans, and rice and protein. Meal 4 is the same as meal 2. Meal 5 is a cup or half a cup of rice, greens, protein, and meal 6 is 1 cup greens, 30 grams of protein instead of 20 grams like the rest of the meals, and another tablespoon of Udos oil. So that is the complete day. That is what we're looking at. Also, real quick, being vegan, I can prep 6 days ahead. It just kind of helps me. If you want your food fresher, you can do every 3 to 4 days, but honestly, it's just rice and tofu and beans and greens for me, so it's nothing that's really going to go super bad or gross or old or stinky over 6 days. So that works perfect for me and my, you know, current lifestyle between work and weekends and appointments and everything else that I have to take care of. That works best for me, and like I said, being vegan, thankfully, don't have to deal with anything going rotten too much or, you know, getting gross, so, but you do whatever works for you. That's just what I found works best for me. Alright, you guys, 3 hours later, all that work is done. Now we just have some dishes to clean up, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed and learned something. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Obviously, this is my first show. This is my first time, like, you know, prepping to be stage lean. I've prepped and bodybuilded for a long time, but getting stage lean, this is my first time, so it's really exciting, and I'm excited to see the results, and I'll keep you guys updated on a weekly basis as far as my workouts go, my meal plans, just my overall physical updates, physique updates. But yeah, please subscribe. It would mean the world to me. We are on our way to becoming the youngest vegan physique pro. So if you want to help support me and my little family, that would mean everything to me. Go ahead and give this video a like. And again, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think would be the hardest part about all this is. And I'll see you guys next time.